I'm proud of you. She thinks you could do better. You guys, I am just so pleased. I cannot believe I am so done with everything. God damn it. Welcome back, you guys. So my house is a chaotic disaster after I redid my master bedroom. We know that I cannot seem to keep multiple areas clean at once, and my bedroom is very much clean, which means the rest of the house absolutely suffered. You can barely walk out my front door of my bedroom, not my front door, the door of my bedroom without running into my headboard. Look at this office space. That's terrible. Everything's on that kitchen table, and my kitchen is a complete disaster as per usual. I have so much that I need to do. I'm really uncomfortable in my home too. Every time I walk out of my beautiful bedroom, I am just horrified and uncomfortable, and I'm mad at myself. So I have a lot of negative feelings about myself since redoing my bedroom. I don't know. It's really hard. I mean, look, there's nowhere really to relax here because that headboard, there's still some stuff that I need to put away. Those linens, the couch isn't great. And as you come into the home from the front door, all of these boxes are out here that you have to contend with. Clearly, my husband still didn't see the pile, so they need to be addressed. And then in fairness to him, when you go into the garage where we would stack our pile of boxes for Box Mountain, there's too many. We have to address them all. So here we go. Today is the day I'm going to do it. It's Monday. I'm going to get my house clean. I know it. But the first thing I want to do, I need to get these boxes out. I need to get all of our cardboard to the recycling depot before my husband needs to take the family car to the dentist. So top priority is this. If I get all of those recycling boxes out of my garage, I'll have somewhere to put my headboard until we decide what we're going to do with it. It's absolutely not going back on the bed. I love how my bed looks without a headboard footboard. Maybe I will get a new headboard eventually. What I think I really want to do is just get much bigger pillows and have a pillow headboard. But I'm definitely not bringing that in. So we'll either have to do a bulk item pickup and have it taken to the dump, or we can give it away for free. Last time we had stuff out to take to the dump, some people went through it anyways and took what they wanted. So who knows? But we're not going to have it, but it needs to go in the garage. I need to make space. That's what I was trying to tell you. Very long-winded way of saying cardboard time. Okay. Every time I watch myself back breaking down all these cardboard boxes, I think, holy crap, I need to stop buying things. A lot of my Amazon shipments are things that I have on auto ship, things that I want to get anyways, like the kitty litter comes shipped all the time, our dog foods, basic supplies that you always need. I do have a lot of auto ships, but I also bought a ton of stuff. So I've been considering, I'm like, okay, I need to do a month no spend challenge, but obviously I have all these excuses like, okay, September we can't because I have travel and also our 15-year anniversaries in September. So I don't want to do a no spend then. November feels so stupid because I feel like it's just delaying Christmas purchases until December. So you're not really not no spending, you're just delay spending, and then December becomes catastrophic. I don't know. So, and then December is Christmas time. So do I put it off till January? All of this is going through my head. Okay, that box, I thought I'd break it down, but I remembered I did want to use it for storage still. And it doesn't make it to the garage, but I do want to put the snow cone maker back into it and store it that way for next summer. So I don't know, maybe I could do a no spend November because I intentionally purchased my items on an Amazon credit card and pay it off. I do not recommend this if you're not credit card people. Like, you can get yourself into a world of hurt attempting this if you're not a credit card person. But I do purchase everything on Amazon and pay off my card, and I save my points the entire year. And then those points that I have, that's what I purchase my kids' Christmas gifts and the Christmassy stuff with. So I don't actually have a massive hit to my budget in December because it's like free bonus money. And so that's what I'm going to do this year. So I think I could get away with a no spend November and not double down in December, which is a weird pivot to be talking about in August. All right, so getting the swim stuff out of my car. My car's not as dirty as it usually is. And if I lay down all of the seats, I basically have a pickup truck's worth of space back there, and I can haul so much stuff to the recycling place. I don't think I've been there since I did the twins bedroom redo, which I can link up here, but I did have a lot of boxes from that, some furniture assembly. And I think I pull some of those boxes out and put them in to be recycled now. So 6 months at least? I don't know. But it's a lot. And it is very hot on this day. Like, I thought it would be a little bit better because it was slightly overcast. But whenever the sun peeks out, it is just boiling me alive. The air is so humid. It's very Georgia August right now.
Put all your stuff away and check out for the day. There's no time to waste when it's 100 degrees. Burns under my feet. Won't you have a drink with me? We head into town, see what it's about. Barely need a shirt, though the sun has almost set. Make the most of it. I know we will dance and sing. There's a heat wave. There's a heat wave rolling in.
So I absolutely hate these giant boxes that you get from like Sam's Club or Costco. When you get all your groceries, they like to put them into those. They are so hard to break down. But whenever I do break them down all on my own, I'm like, yeah, I could survive out there. Like, I am basically a wilderness woman. I broke down this cardboard box all by myself. I don't need no man. Like, look at me thriving. And I don't know, I guess breaking down cardboard makes me feel like a super competent person. I also do you like how I'm just throwing the trash over there? There is a trash can in that general vicinity, and I highly doubt any of the trash that I threw over there actually got into the trash can. But I'm operating off of the, eventually I'm going to clean my garage, and I'll have to get that trash can filled with trash out, and this piece of trash will be right next to it, so bingo bango, you know? Probably an insane way to think. And I need to organize this garage. It looks terrible. Do you know what is under most of that stuff? Our Christmas decorations that we didn't put up from last year. And you better bet your sweet butt we're not putting them up in the attic now because it feels closer to Christmas than away from Christmas. And so we're just going to leave that stuff down there and decorate with our Christmas decorations that are down. And I'm really not thrilled that we did that, but we did. And so next year's another opportunity to put them away, I suppose. And then I also want to say, just so you guys don't think I'm so terrible, behind all of the stuff, so all of our clutter and junk is very forward to the garage door because behind that is our home gym. And my husband, I clearly haven't worked out in 100 million years, but my husband does use it. And so that space is open for the working outness. And so whenever I have to put something in the garage, it has to be towards the front. And that's a really tricky game to play because it also needs to be back far enough that my my stupid garage sensor doesn't get all mad at me and I'm not going to shut the garage door. I think that's a human under there. When clearly it's like a pool floaty. So just crush the pool floaty to death. No one cares. Look at how much cardboard is already in there. And this is none of the house cardboard. This is garage cardboard still. And I basically filled the back of my Suburban. I don't even know what I'm doing back there. I think I'm like organizing trash now. Gotta make sure your trash is organized, guys. Like, you don't want to be accused of having disorganized garbage in your garage. That would be embarrassing. Okay, I know what's coming up, and it's my greatest battle. I checked to see if my phone was overheating, and then I'd have to put it in the fridge. This time it's not. It's still running clearly because you can see me. But when I come in from all of this, I have to put it in the freezer for a little bit because it is just glitching and overheated. And it's just so mad that it's in direct sunlight. This one was a beast. Look at that. But I get it done and prove to myself yet again I can survive any circumstances because I broke down that box. This, you guys, this makes me really reassess my ability to survive anything. I am unable. So I stuff it in there and I think, okay, nobody ever helps me at the put your cardboard into the very dangerous cardboard crushing machine. It's just unsupervised. No one, they just trust that you're not going to fall in, which is crazy to me. Okay, all the cardboard's sliding out, so I have to redo it. And then I had to shift camera angle because I don't trust my ability to blur out my license plate. Okay, so I just stuffed that back in there. And then actually when I do go, for the first time ever, and it's so sweet, everybody there is amazing and nice. I just happen to be unsupervised most of the time, and I'm very scared of the machine. But these two gentlemen were just coming off of their lunch break, and they had me pull up and back up really close to the crusher thing, and they emptied out my entire car for me. So I didn't film it because that would have been just really disrespectful, and I was very grateful for their help. And then I just get the headboard into the garage, and I'm really happy with that because it was so annoying to walk out of my bedroom door and like right into a headboard. So I thought I was going to get the whole house done, and I woke up feeling decent. I had had a pretty decent few days. I wasn't in a lot of pain. I was sleeping. I had energy and focus and motivation and all the things, you know, and I was feeling okay. But coming back from dropping off all of the recycling, even though I didn't do that part, I felt my energy just plummet. And so now we're negotiating, and we are trying to get ourselves to do a bit more, but not overdo it. So I tell myself 1 load of dishes. You don't have to get everything done, but you do have to do a load of dishes. And so that is what we're doing here. I appreciate my negotiation. I was so mad at myself because I was like, don't negotiate, just plow through it, get this stuff done. And I do know deep down, plowing through it, just getting it done leads to several bad days after that. I'm just in too much pain and I am too exhausted from it. But I haven't had like that deep lethargic exhaustion lately. So if I don't have that for several days, I forget that it exists. And I'm like, no, it's fine. That's never happened. Like, what are you talking about, Beth? Stop gaslighting yourself. And so I don't know. It was really hard for me to convince myself to pace, I guess. Like, don't burn out. And it also feels so silly to say cleaning my house burns me out. It just does. It feels like a nonsense thing to say. Speaking of nonsense, is Leroy trying to chew my shoe back there? Like, is that what he's doing? He's such a bad dog. He's never once chewed a pair of shoes of mine. And so when I was watching this and it looked like he was going for it. I know he's just doing it to play and be playful and stuff like that, but I was like, oh my God, is Leroy actually trying to chew a shoe? But no, he just wants my attention. And he's not getting it because he's a bad dog. Oh my God. So I think on this day, but earlier this week, Calvin took the dog's potty and like just didn't pay attention for a moment. And then all of a sudden he's like, I think I lost Leroy. I lost him. And I was like, okay. So I was putting on real clothes because I was in house clothes and So I had to put on clothes that I could be seen in. And I go out and a neighbor friend down the way, she called me and I was like, oh my God, are you calling about Leroy? Her husband and her daughter are training for a marathon and they went jogging by and Leroy was like, oh, perfect. And he just jogged with them. So they turned around to come back to my house to drop him off. And he was just happily jogging with them, then went right back in the house. He was like, yeah, I just did a little light marathon training. Don't worry about me. And it was just, he was so pleased to be a part of it. So yeah, he's a bad dog, you guys. Okay, we are really close to being done with this. And I don't show it. And I think it happens close to here, but I also eat a mango at some point because I'm obsessed with mangoes. And I go to clean a piece of mango off of the chef knife and my hand's slippery and everything, and it slips and I slice my finger quite deeply. But the worst part of it, I slice under my friggin' fingernail, you guys. Do you know how it's bad enough to cut your finger, but to cut your finger under the fingernail is just really disgusting. And I said so many colorful words. Like you guys would have unsubscribed by the thousands. There were a lot of words said and it was so hard to get to stop bleeding. Oh, and so I'm editing this back and I'm like, oh my God, did I film the slicing? Because I don't want to see it. And luckily, shockingly, you guys, I was washing dishes without displaying myself wash dishes. And so nobody has to suffer through seeing it again. But man, every time I come on this video doing dishes, I'm like, oh God, is it this one? Is this the time? Ugh. All right, I don't know how much more I do here. I think I wanted to get this because we use it basically to cook everything. So I wanted it clean for dinner time. But I don't think I have much in me for much else. Oh, this pan. A little egg pan. I don't know how nonstick works because nonstick sticks. It's just a scam, like the dentist. So we are rapidly collapsing in on ourselves. You can see that I didn't even put on clothes for you guys. Those are my pajamas. No, I'm sorry. I could barely get this going. So I negotiated with myself. I said, that giant pile of trash from when you collected the cardboard is bothering you so deeply. Just pick up the pile of trash. And that was a really smooth transition. I'm really proud of myself for that. And there's trash on your counter. Just get the trash. I timed this so it's sped up because that's just how you guys get things. 6 minutes of work. And I felt like I needed a break in the middle of it. Like the physical exhaustion I have around this moment is a lot. It's a lot. And so I don't think I slept the night before, but later, so the theme for the rest of this week is I wake up in pain in the middle of the night and I have to get out of bed and try to stretch and reshift. My allergies flare up super badly, so I actually took Benadryl and I'm really proud of myself. I was able to take Benadryl. I convinced myself. Okay, so for a lot of you guys that don't know, or if you haven't seen me before, I was diagnosed with PTSD after my time in Iraq, and I was on antidepressants. Something went horribly sideways, and I had one of those maybe I should give myself moments, you know, the fun things. And all of that culminated in me having a very severe medication like fear. So I don't take medication. I just can't. I'm terrified that it's going to do something to me. And I know it's not reasonable, but you know, that's just how my life works. So I am able to take antihistamines, like a daily Zyrtec situation. And so I was able to convince myself that Benadryl is just that. And that helped me quite a bit. Wednesday, nothing. Thursday, we are trying to climb out of it because the deep anger I have at my home, I don't have it at myself, you guys. I'm not mad at myself. I'm mad at my home for being dirty. And I think that might be a little bit healthier. I don't know. So fancy pants. I put on fancy pants and I said, okay, we're going to wear our fancy pants today. We're going to feel flowy and glidey, even though they kind of look like nonsense. And we're going to get the back counter cleared off. That's all I have to do today. And so obviously that starts with a round of dishes.
You take my love for granted. Say a bunch of stuff you never mean.
I wasn't going to save this because it's embarrassing, but I also don't think I've showered yet. The idea of like the energy level that it would take for me to get in the shower and wash my hair and my body it seemed like I couldn't. I'm sorry, you guys. It seemed too hard. So when I did that 6 minutes of clean, then I was back on the couch. I was wiped. I do think I managed to cook dinner. But my husband ends up cooking dinner most of these nights. We don't order in because we have a bunch of chicken strips in the freezer, and my kids only want to order in chicken strips from restaurants, and that's so expensive. So we're just cobbling together whatever we feel like and basically just feeding ourselves. And my husband makes a few dinners. And I just can't. And that one day that we skipped Wednesday, I got nothing really accomplished. It was hard. I did manage to put on makeup for you guys. Okay, so no, I do shower Wednesday and put on makeup because I know I'm going to do a live stream that night because I have not managed to clean my house in time to edit and upload this whole house clean for Wednesday. That was my intention. My house was going to be clean on Wednesday, and it wasn't. So we switched to doing a live stream, which I love anyways, because then I get to chat with you guys. But I wanted that pressure of a Wednesday video to clean my house, and there was no pressure that was going to overcome my exhaustion. I took 2 naps on Wednesday. That's crazy. I got up in the morning and then went back to bed and slept until like 9:30, and then I took an afternoon nap and drank coffee before going on to my live stream. So luckily today, on the day you're looking at, I had washed my hair the day before, so there was probably just some dry shampoo in that bad boy.
Nothing more to say, let's just waste away. One more time is all we need. A bit of
I think I'm like very daintily washing dishes because my finger still hurts. It's mostly healed now, so I think I don't know, I have super healing powers because I basically grew back a whole finger in 2 days. Pretty cool. I'm always happy when my dishwasher is full because that means I'm not allowed to wash any more dishes. It just makes me so happy. I'm like, oh no, I guess I'm done. Oh, and then I hate doing the pots and pans because it's extra and it goes on the drying rack, and then you have to wait until the drying rack's full, and then you can go, oh no, I'm done. I finally give up on the checking to see if I am getting water or disgusting stuff all over me, and I put on my apron basically after the dishes are done. Oh, also, Sweet Potato has been driving me crazy this week. She is so obsessed with me again, and she goes through these moods where she is so obsessed it's hard to walk because she's just between my feet, or she wants nothing to do with me for a solid week and a half.
Come a little closer. I wanna dance with you. Everything's moving slower. I don't know what it is you do. I've been looking at you all night, trying to figure you out. I just wanna make you smile. Hold your hand in mine.
Oh, I remember. So on Monday, after we went and dropped off all that stuff, my husband came back from the dentist. No, Tuesday. Tuesday, I took my kids on a homeschool meetup field trip. Then we went and picked up our groceries. We went grocery shopping. I dropped off that rug to be cleaned. And I think I did like one more thing. So I had a really busy day, but I did buy a rotisserie chicken. And that's what we had that night. It was so good. I chopped mine up and had chicken salad. And it was really delicious.
You set my wheels in motion. I'm going crazy for you. I feel like the ocean. I can see you want this too. 'Cause you've been looking at me all night, trying to figure me out. I just wanna let you know. And I ain't playing no games, baby, you won't change. I only want you. I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. It's what you're doing, it's making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling. There's no one else here that I see but you. It's what you're doing, it's making me feel like I'm falling. Yeah, I'm falling in love. Yeah, I'm falling in love.
All right. So this nonsense. I was right. I did use that to cook another meal. So we're going to put away the Ninja, the blender, everything that just seems to come out like crazy. The toaster, these always come out, but I don't want them to stay on my counter because they're bulky and ugly and they take up a ton of space and I don't want it. All right. These oranges, okay, those tomatoes are bad. These oranges here, they're basically bad. They're old and drying up a little bit, and my kids will not eat them now. I think they're probably don't taste good either on the inside, but I really don't want to throw them away. It just feels really wasteful. So, oh, also I had to clean my oven. I had to do like the bake your oven to death to clean it and turn everything into charcoal because I had some bacon fat spill out and it was like my house was on fire. There was so much smoke everywhere that my kids preemptively were plugging their ears because they thought I was going to set off the fire alarm. For some reason it didn't, which reminds me, I'm going to make Mark test them because I feel like it should have. So what I'm going to do, I think, is dehydrate these oranges and the one lemon I bought for no reason. I had no purpose for this lemon, but I bought it to see if I was going to find purpose. I don't. It goes old and hard. And as I cut into them, they still look beautiful and kind of juicy, but I don't know, just also kind of yuck. So what I'm going to do is I'll cut them up, I'll dehydrate them, and then later in the winter time, I can throw them in a pot with a few, like a cinnamon stick or some cloves, and have it just simmer down a little bit, like a little bit of potpourri. And also, I think that if I dehydrate them in the house, it is going to smell so gorgeous and orangey and citrusy in the home, because when I decided to dehydrate the liver, I put the liver in, and then I went and showered to get the smell off my hands. So that was like maybe 15, 20 minutes. And I came back out, my whole house smelled like liver and it was horrifying and disgusting. And so I was like, okay, yes, I'll have this beautiful scent go through my home and that will make me feel better about my home. No, it doesn't kick out not one stinking smell. I'm so mad. They dehydrated really nicely, but where's the aroma, you guys? Why is just liver? Oh, I smell inside? Kind of still smells like liver. So like I have huge hopes and they're all dashed. It does not give. So now I wonder if when I boil it, if it's really going to have a lot of scent to it, or if maybe these little cutie oranges are just not it for potpourri. See, whenever I set the time, I can't tell if that's telling me it's 10 hours or 10 a.m. Also, I feel like I was supposed to preheat and then no, absolutely don't preheat. I have a lot of mixed feelings about how this is working. And I learned from the liver and I put the oranges on the little plexi mat just so that they don't get too stuck. And the lemon. So I set this originally, I believe, for 8 hours, but I keep it on for much longer and it finishes overnight. So I just didn't feel like they were dehydrated enough. I do like how I have some energy for side quests, for like the chopping of the oranges. I refill my coffee at some point. Like I am able to do a few things. This cereal had been left open, so it's stale, so I want to refill the cereal. I am trying to do a good job at cleaning off the back counter instead of just trying to get what I can done. Does that make sense? I don't know. That's a lie, because I remember wiping it off and thinking I need to wipe it off with soap and then water and then cleaner and wipe it off 3 times so that it's actually clean. But I don't. I just wipe it off with the spray cleaner and tell myself it's good enough. So I don't know. Mixed feelings. So lots of side quests, but also trying to lower the standards. Oh my gosh, I forgot. I want to keep an eye on this mustard. When do I pick up the mustard? All right, so the mustard is right in front of that big pink water bottle, and it's directly behind that gray hand towel. I want to see when I put it away because it ends up in my junk drawer. I went to go get scissors or something out of my junk drawer later, and that Dijon mustard is absolutely in the junk drawer. See, look, right there. I put it in the junk drawer. Why did I do that? That's so weird. Liver. Okay. So I am trying to beat my exhaustion, and we are popping liver. 5 pills of it. I need to stuff more pills, but I don't want my hands to smell like that, so no. I'll basically wait until I run out and then stuff it on the go. I'm getting a little less disgusted by the smell of it. And some of, like after I stuff some of the pills, like some of the liver, look at her, obsessed. Some of the liver powder kind of gets on the outside of the pill, so I can taste it sometimes. And it's not as disgusting. Like I'm growing somewhat accustomed to it. And I wonder if my body's like, you need this so badly. Like, don't be disgusted. You just get these friggin' vitamins, get this iron in you, eat this stuff. Your body needs it. I'm not saying I'm craving it. I just don't gag or hate my life when it happens to taste like that. And I am really tired of my summertime decor. I'm ready to switch over to fall, but my husband will absolutely murder me. I'm not allowed to decorate for fall. If I did not have these restrictions set on me, I would have decorated for fall in like May. I I would have. I love it so much. So I am trying to just like plow through the last little bit of August. But the good thing about now having a YouTube channel where I clean and decorate, I kind of have to get it done soon so I can get a head start on the fall to decorate with me. Like I have to be ahead of the curve. This is a business decision. Okay, so here's what we're going to say to Mark. We're going to be like, it's a business decision. I have to get all of my fall stuff out. I need to get like mums, like a bouquet of mums, and I need to do this. Otherwise, I'll be behind the curve and the algorithm will drop me. And do you want to like sabotage my new career? And he'll have to say no. Like he'll have to be like, oh babe, and then I'll just go to Hobby Lobby and get like 47,000 other fall decors because the no spin's not until November. Okay, brilliant. Love this. Okay, also that is a computer bag that I have not decided if I actually want, so I did not take the thing off. I'm going to Vid Summit. It's a YouTube creator focused. So it's not like VidCon where it's more people and also their fans. It's more just creators learning how to create and do other things. So there are workshops on how to have better thumbnails and understanding your analytics. What do the trends look like? How do you foster a better, deeper relationship with your community? And then things like that I absolutely don't care about, like how to do better gaming channels. Like that's not for me. But you can network and find editors and everything like that. All of that to say, I've never been to like an actual conference. I've been to an autism conference in North Dakota and it was really tiny and I loved it, but it was really tiny. So I didn't feel unprepared, I suppose. But this one I feel unprepared. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to need to bring coffee, bring my laptop, bring a water bottle, bring snacks, bring flats because I am going to attempt to wear heels, which I need to practice wearing heels. Because I want people to be impressed by me. So all of that stuff. So I wanted to get a big bag that I could carry that stuff in, but also not look like a dweeb who has a giant like tote bag. And this was on Amazon for like $30. So maybe it fits. I put my stuff in there. It does fit. And then also I am really focused on like, okay, what do people wear outside of the house these days? Like, what are the youths up to? Like, what's hip? What's in? I feel like, oh my God, like Mean Girl, where she's like, I'm not a regular mom. I'm a cool mom. So I'm trying to get cool mom vibes, I guess. And so I was like, okay, what's in? And it's like everything from 20 years ago. It's what I would have worn when I was 20. And so I was like, okay, pretend I'm 20. Where would I shop? That way I can pull up their website and order clothes. And like Express came to mind. Because, okay, Forever 21 came to mind. But like, let's be reasonable. I just can't. I couldn't, you guys. I would though. I wonder if I could. Anyways, I didn't even try. I didn't even Google Forever 21. But yes, that's exactly where my brain went. But then I went to Express, which when I was 20, I couldn't afford their stuff. Like I remember looking at their jeans being like $90, being like, oh, no thanks. I'm going to go to Charlotte Russe and get a $30 pair of jeans and wear them for a year before they rip and call it good. But I went to Express and I Googled like, what are the in jeans? And they're like bigger bottom jeans, not like bell bottoms, but like wide leg. And so I was like, oh, can I even wear that? And then I went down this crazy rabbit hole of what's my body style? What shape body do I have? Okay, inverted triangle. And then, okay, well, what do you wear with inverted triangle? And then I discovered I have a short waist and like a lot of the inverted triangle tips are the don'ts for short waist. So yay. So I'm like putting so much energy in figuring out what to wear to a conference where I know deep down, I deeply know this, guys, no one cares. No one cares, no one will notice, and no one will remember. Just, they don't. People do not pay attention to people that aren't themselves, to be honest. But I am going to put all of this energy in so that the other YouTubers think I'm cool and will want to be my friend, and then maybe I won't be eating lunch by myself. Oh, we're all insecure high schoolers deep down. But so yeah, that's what I did. The clothing is going to arrive today, actually, and I will, depending how it looks, to be honest, guys, depending how it looks, I'll film a try on, but there's a chance that I am just going to be absolutely devastated by how the clothes look on my body and not want to show it to you. We'll see. Oh, but I did get the cutest shoes in the world, and I absolutely will show you guys, and then I'll link it because everybody should have these shoes. They're amazing. Terrifying to walk in. They are little velvet booties. They're heels. Little velvet booties. They feel comfortable. They support your ankle, but like the bottom of it is also velvet, which is a really crazy effing choice. Why? The only texture you can walk on is like carpet. So that better be a carpeted convention center. All right. The fruit. Yeah, that's fruit. I was going to put them in bags, and then I was like, oh, it'd be cuter if I put it in one of my mason jars. And they turn out pretty decent. Oh my God. Potato is screaming at me from the door because she's still obsessed with me. But if I get up and let her in, she's just going to want out in 12 minutes. So if you hear her in the background, you're welcome. She's adorable. Okay, let me tell you how annoyed I am that the last little bit of orange and lemon did not fill up that mason jar. Like, I could have gotten a smaller mason jar, but I didn't. I'm just going to let it bother me. Here we go. This is the next day. Clearly, we all saw this as Friday, right? So everything that's back up on the counter is because it was put there from Thursday night to Friday afternoon. And I took my kids. We went to another homeschool meetup. We went to a pond next to the intercoastal waterways. Does that make sense? Okay, so it's not the beach. So we have the beach, then we have intercoastal waterways, which is brackish water. But this happened to be a pond filled with brackish water, but not connected to the ocean. And sometimes it has gators, which I thought gators couldn't go in brackish water, a blend of fresh and seawater. And it turns out they can. So that's a whole new fear that's unlocked. Gators are everywhere trying to eat me. I just know it. And the woman who gave the class, she works there and she's very knowledgeable about nature. And then she tried to trick me by saying gators are more scared of humans than we are of them and that they wouldn't try to bite me. And so I think she was just trying to get a gator to bite me. Like, are they low on food? And so she's like, this'll do. This'll feed several gators. But the kids fished and they caught croaker fish, which I hadn't heard before. And it was very alarming when they were trying to get the fish off the hook that it started like growling at us. And so all of the kids try to catch fish, and then they try to scoop water up and our life with nets so we could see the different layers, but it was just a bunch of croaker fish and everybody had a pretty good time. So all of that to tell you, that's why I'm wearing real pants this day. I had to be seen by other adults, so I put on real pants. Potato, you're locked out. All right, so this is just me doing dishes. I'm going to throw in a little bit of music and let Sweet Potato in because she's the cutest cat of all time. So enjoy. Come on, let's go. Oh my God. I'm not kidding you guys. I opened the door. She took one look at me and sprinted in the opposite direction. What a butt. She is such a stinking butthead. I see that I didn't miss anything and I am still doing dishes, which is so stupid. And then also, by the way, at this moment, I'm like, yes, I'm going to clean the entire house. It's going to happen. I'm just like, I can get it done. I could do the whole house. And I don't know. I don't know why I thought that. So this week was so much I can do it all. And then coming to the realization that I'm not going to be able to do it all. And I need to scale down and be okay with it so that I could keep trying later in the week. And I hate that. And yes, I did spend a lot of time Googling fibromyalgia from all of your comments. Okay, now we're gonna get the back counter done. And I've decided that this is my arrangement with myself now. Front counter's done, yay. We're gonna do the back counter and the floor. So kitchen will be done. And then the living room and the entryway. So I'm trying to get a decent amount of the house done, the parts that have been bothering me the most, and then I can be done for the day. I also need to refill the soy sauce bottle, and I make a mess of it. At what point should I buy a new tiny soy sauce bottle? I think we've been working on this one for longer than is probably sanitary. I bet I've refilled it for 2 years. Yeah, I'm going to buy a new one. And look at Potato just following me from spot to spot to spot. I do love when she's obsessed with me. It's so much nicer than the weeks that she wants absolutely nothing to do with me. Okay, I loved this cleanup because it was so satisfying. I love it. It took the soy sauce spots off. There was like little bits of food there, and it looked really pretty cleaning it up. So I guess I'm glad I did it. I guess. That olive oil, I bought new olive oil, and it's so watery, it feels like. I think I got scammed. Olive oil is like one of the most counterfeited foods, apparently. And I think I got counterfeit olive oil, guys. I was scammed. That's water with food coloring. All right, all of those dishes fit in the sink, which means that they don't count. So all of my dishes are done. Love that for me. I actually need to clean the inside of my microwave. I know that, but I won't. I'll do it next time, guys. I promise.
Just like the movies, how it's gonna stay in the fight with you. Just thinking we would do this until we couldn't do it.
I'm like really into this outfit, you guys. And I didn't even try to dress for my triangle body. Actually, I did. Apparently, you're not supposed to wear like skinny jeans or leggings, which is 3,000% of the pants I own. And these are the only pants I have their boyfriend cut. They're the only pants I have that aren't. And I look pretty cute, you guys. Watch out. When I get all of this together and I actually dress for my body, I'll be unstoppable. My husband will never be able to not do something I ask him to do. That cardboard pile, if I had been wearing the correct pants, there would never have been a cardboard pile. He would have just been so wooed by me. Oh, he's in for a world of hurt, I tell you, you guys. If I ever Google how to do my hair, done. Dunzo. Maybe that's why Potato's so into me this week. I have been dodging these 3 boxes since Monday, I believe, and they've been so inconvenient. I have been bothered by them for several days and had not done anything about it. I just let it bother me. Getting closer. Here's some concern that the sink is getting kind of full, and I'm worried if I find any more dishes, then they won't fit in the sink, and then I'll have dishes to do and they won't be done. All right. I need to wash these rugs. I hate these rugs. They aren't anti-fatigue and they feel weird on my feet. And they move everywhere. So I do need to get new fall themed anti-fatigue kitchen mats. Because our old ones, I think, split when we had them up in storage. I've had them for 7 years now. And I guess 7 years is a anti-fatigue's lifespan. So I'm going to get better ones, but just these thin things, they're wretched and they just don't feel good on my feet. I can't stand them. All right, that already looks so much better. Just getting things moved and the dirt off. And I am exhausted. Here is where I'm like fairly exhausted. And I sigh a lot, I've noticed. I didn't realize I did that until I started watching myself. And when I start getting tired, I notice I take really big sighing inhales and then say, okay. I say that to myself nonstop. I'm just like, okay. And I try to keep myself going. But I am hardcore negotiating with myself at this point. I am really trying to convince myself that I could do more. I just need to do more. You'll be happier with more. But I'm also just really tired. I don't know. It's so weird being so young, 42, and feeling like my body's 90. Here's some negotiating. I'm just going to move this stuff kind of up off the floor. I'm not doing anything else. It's going to be up. I'm going to sweep. I'm going to mop. And that's good enough. Nothing else needs to happen. We can just make piles and that's fine. Sammy was going to come in, and then she's like, oh God, no. I might accidentally have to get trapped up into cleaning. There's so much on the floor too. Like this amount, it's a lot of that cat scratching post has definitely been murdered by the cats. And so little bits of the carpet are everywhere. But if I don't, I'm going to leave it because they love it so much. And I really don't want them sharpening their claws on my furniture. I'm surprised I mopped. I'm not going to lie. I'm really surprised I mopped in here. And this is just the end of it for me. I have to get it done though, because look at how uncomfortable this space is. No one can relax in a space like this. And I want to be able to relax. I want to be able to have a somewhat comfortable weekend with my family. The shoe box. The shoes are on the counter. I set them up because I was going to do something with them. I think my intention was to wear them in this video to break them in, but it seemed like a step too far. Honestly, it was too tiring.
Baby, I don't need you to tell me you were wrong. Swear my mind erased you the moment we were done. All out of me, you're all out of me. I'm finally free, it's all good. I'll be fine, and you'll keep on breaking hearts for fun. 1, 2, 3. I don't want to see your face again, and I'll never let you near my friends. It's a shame that this is how it ends, but I want to say thank you for nothing, 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 nothing. I want to say thank you for nothing, 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 nothing. I want to say thank you for nothing.
This bedding, I have not put away in the closet. It's sitting at the foot of my bed. So I do need to put it in the closet. It's just so floofy. I don't think it's going to fit very well. So I need to get one of my vacuum seal bags to smoosh it down. Or actually put it on my bed. I think I found, you guys, oh my gosh. I found the remote to my bed so we can raise and lower the legs and such. And so my husband likes sleeping slightly elevated. So I think what I need to do is put those two mattress covers back on our individual twin mattresses. Right now I just have one wide one, like a king size covering both. So I'm going to put those back on the bed. And that way he can sleep slightly elevated, but I do not have to. And I am so excited I found it. I Googled it again. They're like $150 to replace that stupid remote. And if you saw, it's such a cheap looking remote too. It's insane. There's no way they're that expensive. All right, I'm just done. And I want to get the rest of this stupid dirt up because all of the dirt that I swept in from the entryway is now in the living room. But I'm not willing to really move anything or mop. I don't have mopping in me. I don't have anything else in me. I tuck that over and then I'm like, I'm not kicking it out further. Whatever's under there can be under there for now. I am done. Let's make our pile. Let's be stinking done. And so it's been a full week. And this is what I accomplished. There's space because the headboard's gone, but the footboard and everything else, that's still all right there. I think this part is getting a little bit worse. This, nothing. I didn't touch it. It got slightly worse, I'm sure. There's more stuff on the table now. But the kitchen is clean, and I'm very glad for that. I do want to wash those kitchen mats so they're not in there, but it's clean and I love that, and it feels a lot better in my heart coming out. Behind the couch, let's not talk about that side table, I'm not talking about that either. But look, I can sit and relax, and the ottoman's not a mountain of crap. And the entryway looks a little bit better, so moving in and out of the home, easier. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I cannot wait to see what we get up to in the next video, and I love you. Bye.